such an asshole.
Hello, children. Old Catmeister here. And we have requests. If you have requests, you can always go to hasselconsulting.com. Hi, Aaron. What would you charge to make a video on the topic of using student loans as a means of accelerating the collapse and making sure you're net negative on the system, regardless of how much taxes you might be paying in the future? Thanks. I generally no. And here's the, if you look, well, hang on, let's look it up. There's many reasons. One, it's not practical because the government just printed off, like, I think there's 1.5 million in student loan, trillion, sorry. And what did we print off for COVID? They'll just print it off. Oh, you didn't pay? Okay. And then you've just, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what we just printed off because of a cold. Average student loan balance. Nearly 30,000. Honest, I know that's a lot of money, but that's not. It's not all that much. It really isn't. And okay. The real reason it ain't gonna. It's the numbers are too small. 1.5 trillion is not enough. It just isn't enough. Two, it isn't that much on the individual level. You may help accelerate the collapse more. Like if you guys don't pay that back, that may accelerate the collapse more, where you are now sending in a couple million people who know they can steal, who know they can be thieves, and they have no work ethic. So the quality and caliber of the people that are now being populated into, quote, the workforce, they're thieves. They've been conditioned to be unethical, and that's going to cause less economic production in the future. But the real reason is, 1.5 trillion is not, they could print that off in a day, and they will. Hang on, what's the money supply under? M0. Okay, no, I don't want trading economics. Here one, M1 money supply. How much did it go up under Trump? It went up from 4 trillion to almost 17 trillion. That was under Trump. They quadrupled it. They increased it by $12 trillion. 1.5? No. Nothing's going to happen. They ain't going to do anything. I think all that you would do is, here's the drawback. It would not be a financial blow. You would deal a generational reputational blow. The millennials already have a very poor reputation. Gen Z would have a lesser reputation, and they would suffer from it because it'd be like, I'm not lending you money. Why would I hire you? And already the lack of work ethic and the great resignation is sowing bad blood. Legitimate, though, the employers did deserve it. I'm not disagreeing with you there. But, I mean, you thought people didn't like the boomers. Holy cow. If we bail out what is going to be disproportionately millennials, but give Gen Z time, I mean, it'll be like in speaking behind closed doors. You don't hire millennials. I had to bail those pieces of crap out. I don't think student loan people with student loans, for 30 grand, you don't want to be then discriminated against for the rest of your life, where people are like, oh, you got your student loan bailed? Go fuck yourself. Oh, you need help? Fuck you. I already paid your 30 grand in debt. That is going to cause a lot of division and anger and hatred for a particular and identifiable group of people. Even innocent ones who paid off their student loans, they're going to be lumped in with that. It's going to be unfair. Did you know the majority of black people don't commit crimes? They, in essence, the millennials would pay a black tax, unfairly being lumped in with the parasites and the thieves that stole everyone's money because they're lazy and they don't want to work. And then what will happen is you'll also find out that it's dentists and doctors and people in grad school. And they would also suffer. Be like, oh, you're a lawyer? And did you get your student loan bailed out? Oh, yeah? Go fuck yourself. No, I'm not hiring you. So people might want to be careful what they wish for because, for your 30 grand in debt, I'm going to say it again. Why don't you work another job? Why don't you live at home for 2 to 3 years? Dude, 30 grand, you work another job, you live at home, not pay rent, you have that done. You have that paid off in 2 years. I know it's a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much, especially since you didn't work and you partied for 4 years and you had this great party and you had an entire system paid to lie to you to tell you you were intelligent and that you were going to achieve things. Like that 4-year lie takes a lot of resources. I mean, you wanted to live in, it's like going to Disneyland, you imagine, but you were in Disneyland for 4 years. You imagine you were smart, you were intelligent, you were important, and you were worth something. Well, all the infrastructure and the employees that go into like kissing your ass and blowing dirt up your chute, they gotta, that costs money. Now it's time to pay us back. Yeah, but just from a pure number standpoint, it won't do anything. We've printed off so much more money. I'm like, yeah, why the hell not? Why not? Go fine, bail them out. What the hell? Throw in reparations for the black community while you're at it. Let's just do it. Go ahead. Let's get it all done. All right. But I would say in return, if you had student loan bails, you don't get the right to vote. If you get reparations, you don't get to complain about racism no more. But we all know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It would not collapse. Don't worry. Lazy people who don't work will collapse the system just fine. People not having kids, and what people who do have kids are the ones that are usually going to, raise future parasites on welfare. It's that is what's going to collapse the system. Not printing off another 1.5 trillion tomorrow. God almighty, it looks like they even did print off 1.5 trillion in a month. All right, there you go. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. No super chats. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.